ठीक है। Turn off the lights. I don't mind, I'm fine with that. मुझे एक डर है कि ये रिकॉर्डिंग में लाइट्स आनी चाहिए बस और कुछ नहीं। ठीक है चले नेचुरल आ रहा है गुड अच्छा ओके so before going to lunch break we try to learn one problem about the reasonable opportunity. So guys, you see, what was the question that groundnut oil we booked based on the sample and it was supplied, but even after the seller gave the reasonable opportunity to inspect the goods, we didn't do and we directly accepted it. What would be the consequences? So guys, the point is about acceptance of goods, avoiding reasonable opportunity to inspect the goods. Alright. So guys, in this question we have two answers, like two parts to learn. The first, it is if it is patent defect. Answer is different. If it is latent defect, guys, answer shall be different. Patent, again I want to remind you guys, it's nothing but what? Open defect. Just by reasonable examination you can come to know. If it is latent defect, guys, you can't identify the defect. So, if it is patent defect, right, law has a principle. Principle is quite simple. Just remember this formula. It simply says that as soon as you accept the goods with defect, later on you can't complain about this. Okay, before I go to explain this, you tell me one thing, Bucha. Look, principle kya hai? If you accepted the goods with what? Defect. Later on you don't have right to complain. Just one example I want to tell you. Let's say with your wife you went to the mall. Yeah, boys को ही बात कर रहे हैं. यहाँ पे husband आप मान सकते हो. Your spouse, I think that's what the most appropriate word I guess. You went to the mall, the home appliance showroom to buy one refrigerator. Both of you can see apparent scratches on the door. You told the showroom owner that I want this brand but scratches, give me the new one. Showroom owner says, ma'am, this is only the piece. This is only the piece. 20% discount. You know that this door contains the scratches, but both of you still agree that okay, I want to buy this. Goods are sold. With what? Technically we cannot call it as defect, but in general language we call it as a defect because scratched. After 5 days you want to complain that I want to return the goods and I want to get my money refunded. Will you get it? Will you get it? Whether seller is liable to compensate for that? Answer is no. So what am I trying to say, guys? If the patent defect is accepted with that, no complaint. In fact, if you ask me, patent defect is not different at all. If gap is not there. What is gap? I think we try to understand that. Yes or no? So in this example, if patent defect is accepted with the defect, you can't complain. In short, you can't get the compensation. No refund is available. Based on this principle, guys, let's go to my groundnut example. Guys, seller supply the goods. Seller supply the goods. Yes. Whether seller give you the opportunity to inspect the goods, examine the goods, but you avoid it. Assume, guys, the few samples like few bulk water was supplied had fungus inspection. If you would have tried reasonably to open it up, could you have detected? that the sum of the parts is fungus, and outrightly without acceptance you could have avoided the goods. Yes or no? But there was the opportunity and you directly accepted the goods, guys. Can I say it means, okay, first of all, in that example, defect was open or hidden? Opportunity was given or not given? You missed or not missed? Missed due to whose fault? Seller's fault or buyer's fault? So guys, can I take the assumption as soon as you missed the opportunity and without inspecting the goods, if you're accepting it, you accepted the goods with defect, my dear students. And what this principle is, as soon as you accepted the open defect, goods with acceptance, you don't have right to complain. So answer to this question is, guys, buyer cannot demand any compensation. He cannot terminate. But here there are two things, guys. Please try to understand. What if seller intentionally, purposefully supplied the defective goods? I told I want clean goods. Seller knows that 30% of goods are fungously infected. Still he supplies the goods. And then I miss the opportunity, my dear student, and I accepted the goods. Can I file the complaint? Can I file the complaint? Because at this point I can prove to the court, guys, I can file the complaint of fraud. I can file the complaint under what? अब ये argument ही नहीं आएगा. This argument won't come. You know, as being seller, that 30% of the goods are fungus infected. Why do you supply this? Yes or no? It is a fraud by the seller if intentionally he does it. So what if he does unintentionally? It is misrepresentation. But if you prove one thing, that from the source it was defective, originally we applied not defective, what is delivered is with fungus, gap is nothing but the defect, you can definitely claim the remedy only if this thing got proved. In nutshell, my dear students, when buyer cannot claim the remedy, only if the goods got damaged during transit. Due to delay, the goods got infected. Let's say seller supplied correctly. Somewhere in transit, something worst happened. Buyer received the goods, but he missed the opportunity. As soon as he misses the opportunity, all the open defective goods would be considered as accepted with the defect, my dear students. Am I clear? चलो ज़्यादा इस argument में मत पढ़ो, क्योंकि because you have not learned merchantability yet. Simply you understand, if it is open defect, which could easily be detected with some simple reasonable examination, and you missed that opportunity, law will not stand with the buyer. The favor would go in favor of seller. Am I clear? Yashraj, you have a doubt? Now, guys, this is a beautiful question. What about the latent defect? Latent means, guys, even if you would have examined the goods, what you could have found? Assume the opportunity is given, you went on the truck, you found it. Assume instead of oil, it is laptops. An internal circuit of 100 laptops are damaged. Even though you have checked and inspected everything, what you could have come to know? Nothing. So in the latent defect, guys, whether you miss or you don't miss, it doesn't affect much. In open defect, if you would have used the opportunity, you could have detected, and outrightly you could have cancelled the agreement. But here, guys, even though you would have done that, you couldn't have detected the defect, and therefore the law says that if any latent defect is found in the goods, even though you didn't inspect the goods at the time of taking the delivery, still you can avoid the contract. Example, same refrigerator. You went to the mall, you bought the refrigerator, internal circuit has a problem. The goods are delivered, you didn't inspect, you didn't open the box at all. You opened the box after 7 days, after acceptance of the goods. Yes or no? As soon as you put in the plug into socket, it burst. Due to internal circuit problem. Can you cancel the contract? Can you blame the seller for that, stating that it was defective from your side? Can you? But the answer to that question is absolutely yes, you can. Generally, we don't ask refund, but we go for warranty claim. Yes or no? We go for warranty claim. But I want to tell you, bacha, if you want the refund of the money, and that right is not excluded by the agreement, you can claim that. You can claim that. Am I clear in everyone's mind, guys? So, okay, guys, is the latent word and patent concept is clear in everyone's mind? So, there are three different implied conditions in the sample. Bulk must be corresponding with the sample supplied. Buyer must be given what reasonable opportunity to inspect the goods. And third one is it should be free from any kinds of latent defect, my dear students. So, after having learned all this concept, we are moving towards now some easy things. I think most of the technicality I have covered up. अब जो आएगा अब इतना challenging नहीं होगा. Sample is always challenging, guys. So make it 5 stars in your notes or in your notebook, guys. Very, very, very important. All right. Now, next is write down, guys, implied condition as to sample as well as description. Sample as well as description. What will happen is, let's try to understand this. Assume at one day, you sir, what's your name? Ishan. Ishan went to Al Trijal's shop. So are you two parties now? Mr. Ishan goes to Trijal's shop and he stated that I want to buy baby corn seeds. Baby corn seeds. Trijal showed the sample of baby corn seeds and said, look sir, this is what the seeds you are going to get. So based on the seeds, guys, Ishan confirmed the contract to buy 2 crore rupees worth seeds to implant those seeds to the farm. You know, guys, so what happened, like he bought the seeds of 2 crore rupees, started like implanting into the soil, started sprinkling the water, and slowly guys, those seeds sprouted, plants started coming out of the soil, started grown, and at the end what he found that these are not baby corn seeds. By mistake, guys, Trijal supplied sweet corn seeds. Now the problem is sweet corn per kg is assumed 50 rupees, baby corn per kg 70 rupees. So tell me, per kg is going to lose how much? 20. Now try to understand, 2 crore rupees seeds you already utilized, already consumed. But just because of one small mistake of Trijal, he is facing the huge losses here. Per kg is going to lose how much? 20 rupees. Assume the total production over here is somewhere around 20 tons. So 20 tons is equal to 20,000 kg. 20,000 into 20 rupees. Approximately it's coming to around 4 lakh rupees. My simple question to you is, guys, can Mr. Ishan claim this 4 lakhs from Trijal or not? Now look, as soon as you go and state that, sir, I demanded baby corn, how dare you to supply me sweet corn? जानते हो Trijal के argument क्या रहेगी? Sir, I showed you sample now. Sir, you approved the sample now. Sir, I showed you the sample, you approved the sample, I supplied what you approved as a sample, sir. So sample is not mismatching, sir. You can't blame me, sir. I'm not liable, sir. Go home. Did you understand the logic here? Argument. This is what the question is, whether Trijal is liable for this 4 lakhs rupees loss or not. Explain. Whether Trijal is liable for this 4 lakhs rupees loss or not. But the answer to this question is okay, guys. चलो उससे पहले हम rule समझ लेते हैं. If, guys, in a contract there are multiple conditions, there are any few of them required to be satisfied or all of them required to be satisfied. So guys, if my contract is based on sample as well as description, what description I gave? And baby corn is one of the very important basis for the contract, like condition for the contract. If it is not baby corn, I don't want to make the contract. Agree? So guys, can I say sample is followed but description is not followed? One of the prime office conditions is not followed. Guys, it's a breach of condition. Breach of condition means you can terminate the contract, you can have your money back, but unfortunately, goods are consumed. So termination is not possible. Only you can claim damage. So your damage amount is how much? Yes. Trijal is liable to compensate in this case.
So one question. What if the sweet corn and baby corn seeds are completely different and Ishan can differentiate and he knows which one is which?
Oh my God. Guys, Lakshita has pointed out, just one second, a wonderful argument. What if buyer showed their carelessness? Carelessness, guys, you see, I want to give the two situations here. देखो ये थोड़ा professional doubt है, but I want to ask. What if the buyer is fresh and buyer is like experienced one? Guys, which buyer can easily come to know the difference between the two seeds? Fresher or experienced? Fresher or experienced? Guys, if you are experienced, you should have showed little bit care over there, applying your experience. Are hai na? Are bolo. Guys, you should have checked it. You should have like reasonably examined whether the samples are really sweet corn or baby corn. And let me tell you, if it is patent defect, patent bole to easily you can identify what kinds of seeds are. Some experts are there in the market, guys. When they take the rice on the hand, they suddenly say like, okay, this is basmati or this is other breed. बोल सकते हो आप? Just looking at the shape of the rice. There are people. So guys, if he's the experienced person, instead of showing the care, he just look at it and says, okay, fine, pack it. Has he acted in good faith?
No.
Has he acted in good faith?
No.
Can I see he was careless over there? And yesterday I tried to explain, guys, if you don't perform your duties, you are not careful while performing your duty, guys. You have not acted in. तो guys, यहाँ पे लक्षिता का यही डाउट था कि you had a chance to identify the difference, but you didn't perform. That means you have not acted in good faith, guys. Over here, buyer will get the back foot. He won't win the case, guys. सर नहीं समझ में आया आपकी बात. नहीं समझ में आया आपकी बात. Guys, when you had a chance to verify and cross check about everything and you are not utilizing that ना, this is called breach of duty. Do you agree that? चलो breach of duty में आपको concept समझा लेता हूँ कि carelessness कैसे कहते हैं. I am assume the employee of Christ University per month my salary is 3 lakhs rupees Christ is giving me. बेटा assume करो उसे. Assume. Every day, South Indian Bank comes to know this very well. Mr. Chirag Akhani, he is the account holder here. Christ University every month gives 3 lakhs rupees. Since last 5 years, my salary is 3 lakhs. कोई hike भी नहीं दिया मेरे को. But that is not my complaint. Suddenly, guys, the manager finds the check in my account about 3 crores. बेटा कितने का चेक पास किया? But suddenly he saw the Christ University gave 3 crore rupees check to Chirag. Chirag is depositing to his account and he passed it. So Christ University's account got debited by 3 crores and my account got credited by 3 crores. Suddenly CFO of Christ University called. ये पागल मैनेजर कौन था? गधा कहीं का. 3 lakh का चेक दिया तो 3 crore पास क्यों किया? And then bank manager says that sir, it was not 3 lakh. It was what? Actually, guys, what happened? The account holder, by using certain technology, sign remover, he manipulated the amount. 3 lakhs is turned to करना क्या है बेटा? जगह देख के 2 zero ही तो बढ़ाना है. What? Just increase 2 zeros. That's all. Shh. I have made the fraud with university. After withdrawing the 3 crores, I went to London. London is a safe haven for the people like me. You understand that? Guys, my question is not whether I would be convicted, I am guilty or I am telling you I am guilty. My question is whether bank is guilty or not. अरे भाई, amount you have the bank balance, signature is matching. Signature is matching. अरे सोचो तो सही बोलने से पहले भाई. Bank is guilty to compensate Christ University or not. Look, as soon as I fled to Britain, University did not file case on me because he knows even though you file what happens. So instead of filing the case on me, University files the case on Christ University. South Indian Bank. That we want 3 crores back. And they said, how can we? Already it is given. And your signature, CFO sign was there. Sign was there. I can ask this question in 2 ways. By referring to the provisions of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. Explain guys, if the bank is liable or not. चलो सेक्शन में बोल दो. सेक्शन 85 Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. चेक है या नहीं है? ऐसे में चेक का पॉइंट आता है बेटा, एनआई आएगा नहीं आएगा? वो पढ़ा है ना आप लोगों ने? चलिए आपने टेस्ट लिया.
So did he follow the
Yeah, everything. Check is genuine, ink is genuine, sign is genuine, balance was there. Bank give the money. Tell me, Acha.
So, a couple of times when there's a very huge amount compared to normal transactions being withdrawn, then the bank double checks with the.
What it does, what it is, I'm telling you, lawfully bank is liable or not. Chalo, Acha, I don't want to stretch the point. Let me tell you today, guys, whether bank is guilty or not. Answer to this question is bank is. थोड़े मजे हमको भी लेने दो भाई, हम सब मजे आप ही लोगे, हम भी तो इंसान हैं, समझ आ रहा है गाइस. बैंक is not known. चलो आप मुझे पहचान लिया बेटा. बैंक इज लाइव. सॉरी बच्चा.
Okay,
so concluding sir, yes or no?
चलो आखिरकार जवाब दे ही देते. Finally now, bank is liable, mind you. Why? That's what guys. 3 lakhs. नहीं अब देखो बेटे. Did you see one thing by attending these sessions, law sessions? Micro level analytical brain is required, guys. अगर इतना भी मिस हुआ, आंसर बदल जाएगा. ये आपको, did you realize that? What level of depth is required to just implement? Why, my dear student, the bank is liable? Guys, in the law, we have one principle, and that principle says, guys, whenever you have a doubt, listen to my words, whenever there is doubt, it is not your moral responsibility to clarify that. It is your lawful obligation to inquire about it. Guys, listen to my words. If there is a doubt, it is your lawful duty to inquire about it, and if you don't do it, you are guilty, guys. As soon as the manager sees my account, the 3 lakhs suddenly turns to 3 crores. Did he have doubt or not? Look, I don't look at I would say the amount. Did he have the doubt or not?
Yes.
In my example, I clearly mentioned he has a doubt, but he didn't consult the university. Guys, what is the duty of the bank manager in this situation? Suddenly, look, if it comes to your notice, then it's a doubt. If it doesn't come to your notice, then you are not guilty. Suddenly, guys, 3 lakhs rupees are floating since last 5 years, and suddenly somebody is depositing 3 crores, like huge amount. And you had a doubt. Arey yaar, suddenly Chirag gets 3 crores. Something is unusual. The doubt came in the minds of bank manager, guys. Do you know what's your duty as being bank manager? You have to, I'm not saying you should stop. मैं ये नहीं कर रहा. Call to university. Sir, sorry to say, but we received the check of 3 crores. Sir, is it fine if we allow? Have you really issued for this much amount? You just inquire. In fact, I'm not talking about investigation. You should just have reasonable care you need to show, guys. And if you don't do it, the law considers this as carelessness. Considers this as what? Carelessness. That means you have not acted in. And guys, what happens if you don't act in good faith? No remedy. That is why bank is liable, guys. So in your life, if you find something unusual, something is not adding. In fact, you say it's a human tendency. Tell me, guys, when you were in the school, when all the people were in the uniform, if one guy comes in the colorful outfit, do you go to ask him, "Arey kya hai, aaj kya hai? Birthday hai tera?" Tell me, do you ask or not? Yes. Exceptions always requires to be answered. Unusual things always require to be answered. So when you know, guys, we should ask. If you haven't, aren't you guilty? If you were a little bit careful, university could have saved 3 crores, guys. क्या आप मेरी बात समझ रहे हो बच्चों? This is called the principle of reasonable care. In fact, the reasonable care and the good faith both are highly connected. Am I clear? So in this situation, my dear student, when you had a doubt, Ask it. If university gives the false information, then you're free from all the charges. But you didn't try. That is your offense. And bank is guilty to compensate 3 crores back to university guys. Now your question is, what about bank's loss? Bank can recover from
You.
the man who went off. अगर वो आएगा तो मिलेगा तो बस बैंक has to face this.
No, but what of like in your since you're considering that only one person took the whole race transaction. Like, but and we have like there are many people who go and
If there are many people, I'm not talking about people, I'm not talking about amount, I'm talking about doubt was there or not. Simple. अगर doubt है तो what's your duty? Inquire. If there's a doubt, but the example what I'm saying right now in this class, remember the same will be repeated in your company's act also. Doctrine of indoor management.
so let's take the two perspectives.
Negligence का point आता था अगर याद हो तो. But the negligence word was written in the company law, it's about the carelessness. एक एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ बड़ा कंपनी लॉ का. चलो इसके ऊपर से काम लेते हैं. Can I, because it's a part of your discussion maybe? So one I have taken from the negotiable, other I'm taking from the companies act. आप समझ में आ गया ना? ठीक, छोड़ो. Can I skip that?
Your choice.
चलो, I'm skipping that now. Shh. The principle of reasonable care is least bothered about the amount. It just based on one thing, whether there was doubt or not. And when the doubt comes or when the doubt arises, if it is usual pattern, no doubt. Unusual pattern, always doubt. Am I clear? Okay. Now, ठीक है guys, I'm going to the next point. तो दिमाग से मेरे स्लिप हो गया अभी. Sample.
Sweet corn exactly.
अरे हाँ, अच्छा वो भी करवा रहा था, सॉरी यार, मैं अभी मर्चेंट रेट में घुस था. यस रितेश.
It's like the question about Singapore and Singapore. You said if there is an experienced buyer.
हाँ तो ये बात, if you are experienced one, या वही में it becomes your duty to check.
What differentiates an experienced buyer and a fresh?
Actually, law has not defined about that. Experience means if you have proper expertise, so law will test a few questions on you. Law will ask you questions before the judges. If you correctly answered, experience, not correctly, there cannot be any perfect answer, just like a reasonable time. What do you mean by reasonable time? Nobody can define that. So this is unquantifiable things, guys. So these kinds of areas, in the law have high degree of gray areas where the decisions can go wrong. And in my life, the case what I have studied is the Arushi Talwar case. You know about that? Oh God, many of you don't know. Arushi Talwar? Exactly, double murder case, guys. Their own parents were held accused of killing her own daughter. Two CBI investigations, both reports are saying the different results. Till today, it is the mystery in India, guys. Who killed that girl? Aaj tak pata nahi chala. So, according to police, parents are guilty. Allahabad High Court, they are not guilty. Prove ही नहीं हो पा रहा. ठीक है? तो ऐसा होता है लॉ में. सब कुछ परफेक्ट हो ऐसा जरूरी नहीं. Now, my students, have you understood one thing, that if a sample as well as descriptions are there, both the things must have to be matched. One is matching, other one is not breach of condition. Now, the next concept is, write down, guys, implied condition as to merchantability. Okay. Implied condition as to merchantability. Now, what do you mean by that? First thing we have to learn about the merchantability. What do you mean by this? It has nothing to do with the trading, nothing. Try to understand, guys, why a person buy the goods, guys. Purpose of buying. He has either of these two purposes, guys. Either he wants to buy for consumption, or he wants to resell the goods. Either you want to buy for your own self-consumption. Guys, if I buy necklace for my wife, that is also consumption for me. It means the self-use or resale purpose. What if the goods, what you demanded, are not consumable? Not consumable, or they are not resellable. Law has said that they are not merchantable. Am I clear? If goods are not consumable, again I want to repeat, if the goods are not resellable, means for whatever purpose you bought it, whatever purpose you bought it, if it is not matching us, goods are not merchantable. Whenever I'm asking this question, students are damn confused. नहीं समझ में आ रहा. But you already know the answer. Purpose means every kind of purpose or purpose expected in the contract. बेटा वो बच्ची और ये लल्ला और ये लल्ला सोना अलाउड नहीं है क्लास में. नहीं लोरी सुना रहा हो क्या क्लास में? अब अम्मा की फील आ रही है हमको. बेटा अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है, समझ लो, अभी तो बहुत लंबे जाना है भाई. तो 5 दिन भी नहीं हुआ. सफर तो जानी अभी शुरू हुआ यार, समझो बहुत लंबा जाना. चलो ज्यादा आगे नहीं जाना बेटा. No, either of like depends on your purpose. Either. So when I say the goods are not according to your expectation, according to your purpose, goods are not merchantable. So ultimately, what am I trying to say? I already mentioned my job. Purpose not as per your any random purpose. It's always according to the agreement. So please try to understand like this, my dear students. If I expected something in the contract, but whatever is delivered is not up to the mark according to the things what I expected in the agreement, guys, it creates the gap. And this gap is nothing but non-merchantability, but this gap is nothing but defect also. So as and when you find the goods are not according to the contract, what is supposed to be, or they are defective, they are not merchantable. So the word defect and the merchantability has very close and I would say the tight relation. So nahi samajh mein aaya. I example it. Guys, I am just constructing my home and I want plywood. I placed the order for 25 crore rupees plywood because I am constructing a huge building. The project's worth of rupees more than 500 crores. I want 25 crore rupees plywood. Guys, tell me at the time of buying what was my intention? Like defective plywood or qualitative plywood? Qualitative. But what happened, guys, when I got the delivery, what I found when I opened, guys, this 25 crore rupees worth plywood, I found the example what I am giving, it is already asked question of CPT, please. When I opened up the boxes, what I found that most of the plywoods are infected by termites. Termites. My simple question to you is like, can I cancel the contract? Seller's argument, I supplied what you selected. You came to my godown, you told I want that. I supplied that. These are the specific goods. It is your bad choice. Where is my fault? I assume that I selected those packets, but I didn't know that those packets are infected by termites. In contract, we both the parties intended what? Qualitative plywoods or defective plywoods? So guys, what I expected in the contract and what you supplied, if it is not matching, I can say goods are defective and not merchantable. It is the breach of conditions to merchantability. I can cancel the contract. In nutshell, I want to say, when you opt for some goods and goods are defective, you have right to cancel the contract. That's what, as soon as it came to your door, you investigated, you found it is defective. That's why you returned it. No? In the reasonable examination itself, it got found defective.
No, but what if the termites are affected like in the process of transit? Then
Even though it is in the process of, oh, that's also a good thing, guys. What if it was supplied in the process of transit, my dear? Now you tell me, guys, who supplied the goods? Seller? or buyer, seller. So it is whose duty to find such a transporter who will take care of the goods.
Seller.
Guys, over here there are 2 points. If the goods got destroyed naturally, owner will bear the loss. Naturally, समझ रहे हो? Without the fault of either of the parties, might you. Then buyer will bear the loss, of course. But guys, if it was happened due to carelessness of the seller, कैसे भी करके, carelessness, it is the duty of the seller to clean and wipe out all the any infected breeds and any corners. If he failed to do that, an infection in meantime just extended to whole plywood. You know, guys, this thing happened due to whom? Due to whom? Seller. Seller is guilty. Right, students. Am I clear? तो एक बात समझो, what you contracted, what you found, if they are not matching, that's called the goods are not merchantable and you have right to return that. Am I clear? चलो एक और example लेते हैं, my students. You demanded what? Now let me tell you in this example, delivery was the seller's responsibility. Delivery was the seller's responsibility. So I actually ordered cement. Now what mistake seller did is he forgot to tie and bind the upper surface. He kept it open. But बीच में बारिश आ गई. पूरा cement, entire cement turned to stone now. And when I opened, guys, literally I was feeling like Bahubali. इतना भारी क्यों है? Guys, can I cancel the whole contract?
Yes.
Look, try to understand. It is not a breach of condition as to title. Seller has sold which was under his ownership. So that cannot be. He has supplied what we described. Same brand, same things, everything is same. On what, in fact, he supplied what we agreed in the sample. But what is not matching? Quality. What we demanded. And guys, this quality damage happened from buyer side or seller side? Of course, seller side, guys, because delivery was his duty. No, अरे बोलो भाई. And during his delivery process, the things gone wrong, and therefore we can easily say it is a breach of condition as to merchantability. Now, the purpose for which I bought the goods, I'm not able to resell. I'm not able to consume in the same way what I contracted. Are yes or no? This is called breach of condition as to merchantability. क्या मेरी बात समझ में आ रही है? ओके, कोई डाउट है यहाँ तक? In short, whenever you find the defect, लेकिन defect मैंने पहले पढ़ा दिया. What do you mean by defect? Contracted and supplied is different. That's called the defect. You have the right to cancel the contract. समझ में आई यहाँ पे बात? ठीक है guys. Next one is the implied condition as to quality and fitness. Quality and fitness. Guys, quality and fitness concept already I have explained, if you remember. What the law says over here, I will say the text first and then I give the answer. It says that when buyer comes, rely on the seller. So buyer's buying decision is based on the seller's judgment, seller's skill. Sometimes we don't demand the brand. For example, like we were on one project, we wanted to digitalize one subject altogether into animated way. In fact, we prepared also. The subject was CA Enterprise Information System. When everything was completed, shooting हो गया, animation हो गया, पूरा सब कुछ हो गया, then ICI का notification आ गया, subject deleted. आप हंस रहे हो बेटा, हम पे क्या बीती हम जानते हैं. The money what we spend, guys, पूरा वो green screen मालूम है आप लोगों को? We went to studio and hours we spent time to just shoot the things, scripting हुआ, इसको ऐसे animate करेंगे, इसमें ये होगा. It was a fun, it was technology like things. In fact, you go to YouTube, you will find some of my videos over there. But me and Bhavesh were thinking that this is a technology, we have the studio, but in order to process the animated videos, we need high-end processors. Normal computers don't work. Do you agree? So we went to SP Market. SP Market is very famous for computers. We went over there and we bought one 5 lakhs rupees jumbo workstation. Very powerful. AMD Ryzen Threadripper, तो उसकी चिप थी, मतलब 64 GB रैम, DDR4, ऑलमोस्ट 20 TB का डेटा, मतलब SSD. अब बाकी भाई मैं क्या बोलूँ, liquid cooling system. But you try to understand how did we make the buying decision. We didn't tell that we want this because we were not aware for our purpose what is the best match. So we, instead of quoting the brand, we quoted the purpose. We want such a computer which can handle our animation video editing. As soon as you tell me in this transaction, we relied upon ourselves or we relied upon the seller's judgment, seller's skill. So we just stated the purpose, guys. So here, what is the implied condition on the part of seller? Don't you think it's implied condition that seller must have to supply such goods which are fitting to our purpose, which are qualitative enough to fit to our purpose? I told the seller I want this object to go for the animation. And he told her, take this laptop, it will match your purpose. It is 2 lakhs. Because after buying this, what I can say, I am literally struggling, guys. Pura chipak lagging ho raha hai animation. Can I avoid the contract? When I say avoid the contract, it means I want my money refunded, guys. मुझे मेरे पैसे वापस चाहिए. But are you all right? इसको कोई पानी पियो दो, उसको पानी पियो बेटा थोड़ा सा. You can go to washroom to wash your face. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. समझ में आई बात? Guys, you tell me one thing. Can I avoid the look? After buying the product, if it is not matching with my expectations, what I've already conveyed to the seller, I went to the seller and seller gives the excuse, sorry sir, we don't accept the returns. And in fact, I showed the laptop and then you confirmed it. So now we will not take it back. Guys, can I force the seller lawfully to accept the goods back? Answer the question. Okay, let's understand, guys. What law says? If you have said the purpose, purpose, plus you relied upon the seller, his judgment, his skill, it becomes the duty of the seller to supply such a goods which are qualitative enough to fit for the purpose what you quoted. Even though I said what's my purpose, seller failed or not, but मैंने पैसे का थोड़ी मना किया था. Instead of 2 lakhs, quote 5 lakhs. I was ready to give. Isn't it breach of condition of quality and fitness? Isn't it breach of condition as to quality and fitness? I can definitely terminate the contract. I can have my whole 2 lakhs rupees back. Guys, the similar kind of question we already did yesterday, if you remember. Bugatti याद है? याद है नहीं है? बड़ा वही example है. The one fellow told that I want a touring purpose car, and the stupid supplied what? Racing car, but a Bugatti. He didn't have any hesitation to pay 20 CR. Pay कर दिया बेचारे ने ऐसे करके. Guys, even after buying, as soon as he realizes it is not the purpose what you quoted, can you cancel the contract? Can you claim the damages? Of course, yes, but under what head? Under this head. Guys, quality and fitness has one condition. It comes to picture only if you stated what? Purpose. And you are literally unaware about the goods. That which one will fit for your purpose. क्या यहाँ तक बात समझ में आई? After that, guys, the last point what I would like to discuss over here, 2 last points. The first is, पता नहीं कहाँ लिखूँगी, चलो यहीं पे लिख देता हूँ. Implied condition as to custom and trade of usage. Implied condition as to custom and trade of usage. Implied condition as to custom and trade of usage. What do you mean by this? Let's learn this. SP Road in Bangalore is very much famous for computer items, guys. In fact, some shops are selling lower than Amazon and Flipkart prices. I went over there. I paid 2 lakhs and I bought one laptop. I used for 3 days. It was fantastic laptop, no damage. But pata nahi kyun I suddenly changed my mind. I went to SP Road and said, sir, take this laptop back and give my 2 lakhs back. And seller asked a question, sir, is everything okay to this laptop? And I said, yes, everything is fine. In fact, it's fantastic laptop, the speed, the graphics. I can download even 100 GB game and it works fantastically. Seller says, then why are you returning? बस ऐसे ही. my decision is changed, my mood is changed. But ऐसा लाइफ में होता नहीं होता? अरे बोलो भाई. And then seller says that, sir, sorry, if there is no damage, why should I take it back? Why should I take it? Guys, seller is denying to accept the goods return back. As being the buyer, I have filed the case on seller. Who will win the case, guys? Seller. Chalo, I think I did ask the wrong question. Make me win the case, guys. Make me won the case. I want to win the case. How will you? Think like a smart lawyer. If I come to you, will you say like this? कुछ नहीं हो सकता, जाओ. अरे भाई, एक hope लेके आया हूँ मैं आपके पास. Make me won the case, guys. Apply your brain.
So what is next? What is next chapter?
Pardon?
What is next unit's name?
Next
Unit's name.
unit's name. Unpaid seller.
Sir?
Unpaid seller. मुझे जिताओ भाई, कैसे जिताओगे? भाई वो तो हम लास्ट में करेंगे ही. लल्ला कुछ कम आप भी कर लो.
क्यों सर?
ये सर आप ही कर लो. फीस पे किया. Anyone wants to
Intro for the next chapter or like what? भाई जो चाहिए वो दे दे, तो मुझे जीत के दिखाओ बस. और कुछ नहीं. चलिए बच्चे बात करते हैं.
Maybe you can say that this laptop does not suit the business.
But I didn't specify that I want for the business purpose. So business purpose was in my mind, but not in my contract. Something was not in contract, not need to perform. Contract has already been made, so negotiation comes before the contract.
Then the contract is not written, the department.
The return policy.
I understood कि आप नहीं दे पाएंगे और ये होता है. But what I like is at least two people have tried. But इंटरव्यू जब हम लेते हैं बच्चा कैंडिडेट्स के, आप तो ठीक है, समटाइम्स वी गो टू कॉर्पोरेट्स एंड सम ऑफ माय क्लाइंट्स से, सर आप बैठिए और रिक्रूट कीजिए मेरे एम्प्लॉय को. एंड व्हेन आई फाइंड डिसअपॉइंटमेंट, आई आस्क फॉर सिंपल सिचुएशन एंड आई जस्ट वांट टू टेस्ट योर ब्रेन, एंड दैट कैंडिडेट रिप्लाइज आई डोंट नो. आई वाज रिग्रेट दैट इवन though you give the wrong answer, but at least ठीक है, छोड़ो उस बात को. Still you can make me won the case, guys, legally, not illegally, guys. How come? Take the help of this implied condition. What do you mean by custom, my dear student? The law says every custom is implied condition. Custom means traditions of the market. Traditions of the market means market practices. You tell me one thing, guys, you know, in some market like a textile market, computer market, cloth market, wood market, gold market, anything you take, there are some business practices. For example, once you buy the goods as a regular customer, even though you have not specified credit period when you are going to pay, can I say the practice what is there in the market impliedly applicable to our contract? Let's in the market the credit period is 45 days. At the time of making the contract, we didn't specify whether it is 30, 45 or 15. Automatically, which period will be considered as credit period for the contract? Market practice. So guys, this is the best example of 45 days condition we didn't specify. Still, it is the part of contract. Every ritual what we are following in the market, ritual in the sense like business practices, it doesn't matter it favors whom, it is automatically becomes part of the contract. So couldn't get your point. Guys, what if in the business market after my investigation I found that there is the refund policy for 7 days. In some malls you will find this policy. You buy the goods and if you return the goods within what time? 7 days, you will get your full refund. In fact, Amazon and Flipkart is following the same tradition. If I came to know that in the market every shop is following the 7 days return policy, return practice, can I say that practice automatically becomes, sorry, automatically is not actually the lawful term, impliedly becomes part of contract? So can I say in the market everybody accept the exchange, accept the replacement, accept the return? If I return within 7 days without reason, if everybody is doing, why you are not doing? By taking that thing, guys, I can force you to accept what? The sold out laptop, and I can demand the money what I have paid. Now here you have a doubt, but sir, don't you think it's unfair to seller? Guys, try to understand, seller is there in the market since last 20 years, he knows this policy very well. So at the time of making the contract, if this policy, this custom, this market practice, if he didn't want to be there, why didn't he clarify that? So guys, यहाँ पे question आती है exam में, suppose that if you want to ignore any customs from the agreements, what you should do? So simple, seller should expressly clarify and confirm that these market practices will not be part in our agreement. If you like to buy it, otherwise don't buy it. Yes or no? So if any market practice is already going on, seller will exclude it with the specific agreement by specifying the term and condition. If he forgot to do that, automatically, impliedly, those market practices will become part of, even though you have not expressed it. I hope I'm clear, guys. So returning within 7 days, even though we didn't agree, but impliedly it's part of my contract according to which concept? Business practice. All the business practices, until and unless they're explicitly excluded, are part of contract. This is how you can win the case.
So, what if the market practice of return is 45 days, but the company,
Return is 7 days in my example.
for example, if we take it of any number of days,
Yeah.
10 days or something, then, but the company follows 7 days and it's a regular customer, so it becomes a implied condition.
Guys, company what follows doesn't matter if you're part of market. आइए बच्चा एज अ लॉयर आपको एक सीख दे दो आज. Any time when you're following the practices which are in deviation of the market practices, it is your duty to put a board.
Yeah, but the person is a regular customer, they know about it.
Guys, if a person already knows about your business policy, then you can't get the benefit of market. This rule is available to only those people who are innocent and acted in good faith. Good faith मतलब समझ उसको कुछ पता ही नहीं है. Do you know your answer now? So with this explanation, I want to say I have completed the concept of implied conditions. I guess everything is clear. Guys, now implied warranties, there are only 2 warranties. I want to give this as a homework. Go in. Implied warranty as to quiet possession and implied warranty as to free from any encumbrances. You read it, because after having this much explanation, I think you can do it. Am I clear? Do it on your own and ask me if you have any doubt.
Sir, the policies are written on there is all font and the contract.
Now,
Sir, the policies are written in a small font and border.
no, it should be visible to everyone, not everyone, but legible only. Let's say अगर आप चाइनीज में लिख रहे हो वेंट्रियन में, तो ऑफ कोर्स पर्पस इंपॉर्टेंट है. वो इतना सफिशिएंट होना चाहिए कि लोग रीड कर पाए. इतना छोटा छोटा फॉन्ट किया है और no one can read it. It is as good as like not doing it. It proves that your intentions are not to let the people know about these things. Actually, question पूछा. छोटे छोटे फॉन्ट में लिखा है, पढ़ने की प्रॉब्लम. इंटेंशन ऑफ है कि आप यही चाहते कि लोग पढ़ें. नो इंटेंशन है. लॉ ये मानेगा कि आप क्लियर ही आपको लेजिबल फॉर्म विजिबल फॉर्म. Can I tell you one thing? In this situation, if you want to deviate from the market policy, invoice के पीछे सारे conditions डाल दो. Have you ever tried to read the terms and conditions to the backside? अगर नहीं तो वो बिजनेसमैन को लॉ नहीं पता बड़ा. अगर अच्छा बिजनेसमैन होगा, अच्छा लॉयर है, वो बोलेगा at the back end side always print terms and whether you read or not, it is not his mistake now. He clarified. Okay. 5 minutes break. एक और दूंगा अभी 4:30 को 5 मिनट का और. Wait, yesterday also left. कितने दिन how many days? ऐसे लोग एक ही दिन अलाउड था. आज भी संदेश को नीचे कृतिका मैम उसको मिल गया. तो लेटर लिखो कमीशन लो कितने टाइम पे कितने दिन तो मैं आंसर करूँगा. ऐसे फ्री अलाउड नहीं है.
मैसेज है
नहीं लेटर कोच की ज़रूरत नहीं है. लेटर लिखो नीचे मैम बैठे उनको बताओ अगर वो परमिट करेंगे तो मुझे कोई इशू नहीं है. एक दिन के लिए ठीक है मैं समझ सकता हूँ अगर हर वक्त के लिए तो अलाउड ये अलाउड बिल्कुल नहीं. देखो वरना मुझे अटेंडेंस कार्ड देना पड़ेगा. संदीप सर क्लास ले रहे हैं तो नीचे कृतिका मैम 266 और 287 दोनों में से क्लास में अभी जाके मिल गया.
अच्छा क्लास
करके अभी सुना एक लेटर लिख के उनकी साइन लेते हैं
266 या 287
पहले 266 में ट्राई करो उसमें श्रेष्ठ